So I should not be alive, actually. And I'm here with my wife.
Hello.
Hello. And we are going to just talk about an event that happened in my life that I was in a motorcycle accident. It's like about 6 years ago. It was in 2020. And we're going to get into this. And my wife was actually the one who urged to do this. I didn't necessarily even want to do this.
I know. I just had I was just walking outside and I think this is a miracle and nobody knows about it. You should be dead or at least paralyzed. Easy. But you got out with very few injuries. And that's a miracle.
Yeah. And I know there's people have accidents all the time.
All the time. Easy. I mean, motorcycle accidents don't come away unscathed.
Yeah.
And you did. So I think, I don't know, just very impactful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just leading up to it, we have totally different experiences of the event. Yeah. I just know going up, I always wanted a motorcycle and I still do want a motorcycle even after it happened. When it immediately happened, I was like, I couldn't get away from it further than ever.
Right.
I didn't want to even look at a motorcycle. It was it was a terrible experience that happened. But leading up to it, I'd always wanted a motorcycle, and I don't know if you were always just don't get one.
I was completely against it.
But pretty much everything we buy, I'm against. You're everything, pretty much. A lot.
Well, it's super dangerous.
For the most part,
obviously.
She's always talking about I'm always sneaking buying stuff, but I usually ask for forgiveness later. I just buy stuff. Well, kind of. I mean, but
you do. But anyway, that's not the point. You got it in September. No. The accident happened in September. 2 months prior, you got it.
Pretty much.
So you went through the class. You learned how to do it. You're extremely safe driver. But it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You were coming home from Price Chopper. You just rode your little bike to Price Chopper with your backpack on. You got a steak. Just one steak is only he wants the steak.
You always remember it as that. I don't know. I don't.
You did.
Okay, well, let's not nip on the details. But yeah,
it was just an excuse just to go for a ride. No, go.
Sometimes
get a steak.
I'm sharp. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I just snippy.
It wasn't snippy. Anyway,
I am.
You had one steak.
Agree to disagree. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, this is gonna be important later. It was vacuum packed.
Mm-hmm.
We've never gotten one like that before, but you did. Anyway, you have a black backpack. You have the steak in there, and you're almost home. You're on this little 2-lane highway. You blink. You're blinking. You're trying to go home, and you get hit in the back by a driver who did not see you at all. So 55 miles an hour was the speed limit. And I don't know how fast they were going really, but the motorcycle got stuck in the car.
Yeah, I went over the rail handlebars or whatever. And
so we think your head hit the hood and then flew.
Yeah, I just remember it as a whoosh.
Yeah.
That was just and I immediately had PTSD after, the nights afterwards. It just it was weird. I know people always talk about PTSD, coming back from war or anything like that, but there was a serious feeling nights after that I was actually scared just even remembering it, thinking it. I think that is that people go through, have trauma and they relive something. But I remember there was something like that. It was just something unexpected.
Yeah.
That I'd ever.
So you're thinking at night, because I remember.
I'm talking about when we were I was after the hospital and back home and all that. I was just remembering and reliving and all that.
Because I remember later we're in the car together at that same spot, and I saw sweat break out on your forehead, and you were just looking in the rearview mirror, and you're like, "Come on!"
Really? I probably was like that.
Yeah.
But
you were sweaty and and anxious looking in the back. And you said, "I don't like this."
Mm-hmm.
We were in a car, a big car.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so you got thrown, and you immediately thought, I'm gonna get run over, and so you crawled off, and you had one of the helmets that covered your face. Thank God, or this would not be here. And then, let's see, somebody stopped. Or a lot of people stopped. But people and someone used their phone to call me. And so I was ready to put the little kids to bed. They're 9 and 7 or something. And it sounded like you got punched in the stomach. So you're like, Jesse, I got in a little accident, So I'm like, what do you mean? Little accident? Am I supposed to come there? Did you just fall over and you're going to drive home? You're trying to spare me, but it was a major accident. And then the guy's phone started to connect to his truck or something. And so it ended. The call ended. So I called my parents who lived close by. I said, I'm leaving. He's in an accident. So I left the kids at home and they came over. And I was speeding so fast to the spot. And then I parked and I ran a very short distance, but it was so long. I came over that hill and all the lights. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus,
Mhm.
it was terrible. I'm sweating just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But and then so you're in the ambulance, and I went up in there, and you were all like, necked up, and then your clothes cut off you.
Mhm.
And the policeman handed me your shoe,
Yeah.
because you flew out of them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so I we have different angles or, like, different, like, things that we talk about this. I don't like getting into the details and all that, but, like, I just or go I mean, go ahead,
Go,
like, however you
go ahead.
I was just saying, like, I think of it as the perspective of, like, I always wanted a bike so bad, and then, like, 2 months later, like, this happened, and it just, like, it could happen so easily. I feel even, on the highway now, when I see motorcyclists out there, it's like, you just feel
I
uncomfortable, you know?
know.
And most of them aren't even wearing helmets or anything like
I
that, and my
know.
my head would have been caved in.
Oh, yeah, because you landed on your face,
Yeah,
I'm assuming,
yeah,
and you got, road rash here and on your
uh-huh,
back and and
but, yeah, it
oh, yeah, your other injuries. You had a couple blood vessels broken off your kidney,
there's a lot, yeah, a lot of stuff.
and 3 of your vertebrae, the little wings, the transverse wings got broken off.
But, like, a lot of people, like, and, like, these accidents are terrible, you know? Like, I just wanna, like, talk about, like, just the leading up to it, what happened, the result. Going through it all, like, it was a traumatic experience. It was a tough experience to go through, and everything we got through it. But you always bring up, like, the fact that, like, I despaired of my life a lot of the times, like, going through these things, and I mean, that could have been it, like, and it's, like, and the weirdest thing, like, honestly, I am a person, I want to be out of here, like, and that sounds, like, weird, but I want to be with the Lord so much.
Yeah.
Like, I want not that I wanna be out here, I wanna be with the Lord so much, but, I mean, there is a sense that, like, and just struggling with depression and at times, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
So and that was kinda my main point. I've so many times, like, when you were going through this, I'm like, "God had the perfect opportunity. He could have taken you right then. Most 9 out of 10 people would be out of here,
yeah.
but you're not. So stop saying that. Stop
Well,
wanting
I
that."
don't really say that, but, like,
Well,
I just,
you
like
have
I
before.
have, like, in, like I've I have things I go through and the feelings I have struggles, you know,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of people out there do. I think I just see the world completely different than anyone sees the world, it feels like. Like, people don't get me, you know, like, no one gets me. I always think about that movie Scrooge. He's making that joke, he's like, "No one gets me." He's like, "I scared the dickens out of me," but whatever. That's how I feel, you know? But,
Yeah.
like,
But the
e
but the point is that I was glad that you almost experienced it, so like, God's in control. It doesn't matter how much you want it. He's in control of your life and in the days of your life,
mhm.
and just like anybody else out there struggling with something, like, don't take it in your own hands, like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you know?
I mean, there's been a lot of times, like, I've wanted I would if I didn't believe in God, I would want to end my life. That's, like, that is clear, like, to me. If I didn't believe in God, like, and I would never end my life because I believe in God. It's like, I'm not gonna check out because I know I'm immediately gonna be standing right before him, you know what I mean? But it's like, so that's and this is probably different, like, you don't think like this. Most people, I'm assuming, don't think like this, but I have, for a lot of my life, just been like that, where it's just a very tough life, a very big struggle, and I think it intensified after I became a
Oh,
Christian,
yeah.
very much, like, I think it intensified the most when we got married,
Oh, yeah.
which, like, it seems, like, weird to say that, but, like, that was, like, the most darkest times probably in our life when we first got married, and it's not to say that it was because of Jesse or anything like that, but it was just it could have been, like, I was just even thinking about this today, like, is it the devil? Is it demons? Is it my flesh? Is it just circumstances? And I'm not even, like, throwing in circumstances into that, but, like, whatever it is out there, if it's my own flesh, it's the enemy. I'm just labeling it the enemy. It can that and that encompasses Satan, that encompasses demons, whatever activity is out there, and then my own, like, the struggles, internal battles that I'm going
Mhm.
through, and my own fallen flesh. Because I would say I got a messed up condition in a lot of ways, probably. Things that we've struggled with, OCD or whatever, but, like, I don't think I don't have it as bad as I used to,
No.
because a lot of things you got,
Yeah,
like, vitamins and
nat
natural supplements.
yeah, just kinda even out some kinda imbalances, I don't know, up in there, but, I mean, it's a lot better. But, yeah, the first 6 years of us being married was hell. It was bad.
Mhm.
I mean, not all the time, but when it was bad, it was bad. When you
Yeah.
say so?
Probably. I'm the only one that can make her scream. I can just remember her screaming at times, like very upset. I remember we have. I mean, I'm sure every marriage has that. Like where it's like no one can push you to the limit like your own spouse. So the people that you're closest with the most is because you feel the most free with them.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
And maybe I don't know. I wonder how like being married brought that all those things. Why did it intensify when you got married?
There was a lot of like
just-
it wasn't necessarily like it was things that I was going through.
Yeah.
It was things that I like that really just came from the surface or whatever. Wounds had been opened up and just like, and I we always see in movies about demons or whatever. I know you don't like horror movies and all that, but like it makes me think of the movie Smile or like anything like that. Like there is a sense that I really believe, and I think that is true, that demons like can attach to you or like in traumatic experiences. Like in trauma is when like these dark things really like just are like almost opened a gateway into your soul, into your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I like really believe that. Like, things that like from my past and growing up as a little kid, like that's why like a lot of people that abuse someone were abused or however, or you know what I mean? Like a lot of the things, the repeat of what happened to them. And I think it is because when you're a kid, you don't understand and something just gets deep and dark going into you. And that's almost made me want to be like extremely careful, like with our kids, not allow something to happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
And even our kids, in a sense, like there's almost been different waves. Like we had our first two and now we have our younger ones. And it's almost like, I feel like I have almost a better grasp of what I'm doing with our new ones. Like almost like it was like a test run with Bonnie and Sophie, and Bonnie's in here right now. But like hopefully I got a lot of the bad parenting out with Sophie and Bonnie, you know. But
it turned out all right.
Yeah. I mean, I think with them, I always was just like with our kids, I always let everything hang out. Like as in the sense like I never held anything back. And I almost did that intentionally. I wanted them to see the bad spots in me. I didn't want them to think, because I know some Christians go behind closed doors. We're gonna keep it this so they don't see it. And there is probably good about that, but I was just like, they're gonna see me flaws and all, and I'm not gonna hold anything back. And I know it's just a different style.
And they also see like how we work through it. And we work through it in most of the time in their presence. So that's good.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the
with the bike, because we look at this whole thing about everything. We look at it differently.
Yeah.
Like I just think of like, I mean, with what happened, I wanted a bike so bad, and it was so. And I remember going through the whole thing. I forced you pretty much into it, like of going to Harley Davidson with me, and that was just. But it's like every buying experience, it seems like, has been tough because Jesse's a lot more frugal than I am.
Yeah.
But
yes, there was that, and then on the other hand,
but that probably was with the bike. It probably wasn't like that. Like it was.
No, it was mostly the danger thing.
Yeah,
it's just, and it proved to be true. And it wasn't anything that you did. You know, I know you're a safe driver. It wasn't that, and like it just all came true. Ugh.
Yeah. And that's why it's like anybody getting into a car, anything. God is holding every wheel together. He's the one who like a wheel doesn't just fall off or you get into a random accident. Like we would get into an accident every second, I bet, if it wasn't for the grace of God. You know what I mean? Like there's probably angels around us all the time that are just like, and it's like, it's not that God causes us. He doesn't cause anything bad to happen, but whenever it happens, he's allowed it to happen. He didn't intervene. I
can just almost picture though, as you're flying through the air, like God's angels like catching you and just like, you know, letting you skin up your arms and legs a little bit. You should have died.
Oh yeah.
When that police officer said that, well, the person's probably going about 55. I remember I just put my head on your shoulder, like, oh my God, you know, they didn't even see you, you know, and there was no braking, and
but it is weird because I mean, like even now, like I don't necessarily like. I even feel weird. I always feel weird, like because it's like it lives with me, my back or whatever. So it's like I always feel it. But like I would still want to have a bike. I would still want to do that, you know. And I know you're like always like no, or whatever. You're immediately like that, you know. And it's not even necessarily like I never wanted to be a person that got on the highway, and I would want to be as careful as possible, and I wanted to do the back roads and everything like this. And that is, I mean, it's a 55 mile per hour road, but it's like technically, I guess that's a highway, I guess. But it's
Yeah,
like,
it's called a highway, but it's,
but there's only certain ways you can get home or whatever, and
Oh, yeah,
I never wanted to get on the interstate or anything like that. I just
it's
wanted,
not an interstate, yeah, it was just like a, in between 2 towns type of highway type thing.
yeah.
I mean, it's
But like we look at it so different because you're like you see it as this is a major event. It was a miraculous event, and to me it was. It feels like it was, but we just look at it so differently. You like how you view the world and how I view the world is so different. It feels like, you know what I mean. I'm struggling to get by. I'm like praying, God, just don't let me do anything stupid. Like you know what I mean. Just keep me from ever doing. I just know I'm a major F up, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just like, I'm gonna.
we all are, like,
So it's
just
like,
relax, But you do, we both agree that it was, like, miraculous.
yeah.
Like, you at least should have got way more hurt.
Mhm.
Like, I think it was a complete miracle, and I just want people, to know, like, God's in charge of each of our lives in every second, and when it's time, it's time. And
Mhm.
when it's not, it's up to Him, it's not up to us,
Yeah. When it's time, it's time, it's time. It's gonna be, like, I'm just so eager or whatever about it. Bonnie, can you read that? I know you don't have a microphone, but like I know some people, if you can just let us know, kind of read the chats, and you don't have a microphone, just so they're not gonna hear it. Okay, yeah, not that one, not that one. If there's anyone that looked like actual people, so it says, "Can I?" Oh my god!
What?
Oh
No.
my gosh, it's Sophie.
No,
Thank you,
you
Sophie. You're
can't.
breaking a moment. So I guess Sophie's kind of like doing babysitting duty. Like the little ones up there
It
are
sounds
supposed.
like they're
They've
out of
been
bed.
put to bed like probably
4 hours ago.
well like 7:30. Like and
7, yeah,
yeah,
3.5 hours.
they're how old are they? 3
3
and
and 1.
3 and 1. So one's about to turn 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sophie's just saying, "Can I? Are you at the door, Sophie?
What do you want?
We're doing a pot. Just Sophie, you can handle it right now. Okay, you're good.
What is it?
Oh my gosh. Why are you walking down here? What are you doing? Oh my gosh, are you seriously coming down here doing this right now? So I guess do you want me to share with the world? Because I guess it is, she stepped in some gross stuff upstairs,
I
and
thought you should share it.
she's coming to the door to let us know about it.
Yeah.
So this is like,
This is our life. It's just kids,
well, I mean, it's like, you got to figure things out. You got to actually do something. We got someone else just said, "Hey, hey," but yeah, like, so
this is life. It's messy and it's
very, yeah.
ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, just like if there's an issue, you just got to handle it, like not come tell us about it, while we're doing something like this. But I'm glad you're chatting about Sophie so that's some engagement in the chat. But like, gosh, okay, well,
Anyway, I think I got out what I wanted to get out about it.
you just like, what was your the main thing that struck you that you wanted to talk about this?
It's a miracle that happened, and hardly anybody knows about it. And God is in charge of our time.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you're feeling down and out, and you want to be out of here, He could, He could have very easily taken you out of here,
Mm-hmm.
and no one would have blinked because it's a motorcycle accident. Of course, he's gonna probably die or get really hurt.
Yeah,
But you didn't. I mean, you got hurt and you were in a lot of pain. It could have been a lot worse. But He was protecting you, and
but then I just think of like, but why? Why in that moment did it happen? Like, there could be so many other moments that He protects you from. Why is it in that specific instant? You know what I mean? It's not, I'm not like at all complaining at all, but like, why? How that? I guess that is
like, why did He spare you, or why did
He allow it to happen that day? Like, or like allow anything bad to happen? And I that makes me just go to the book in Romans. It says like His judgments are unsearchable. Like we have no idea. Like why certain things happen as opposed to another. Why terrorists fly into a building and He allows that to happen, and or
I mean, it always goes back to like us with our kids. Like Heidi asked, but why is I don't know, why is it cereal? Like it's not even the right question, So that's like our questions to God. He's like, what do you even, it doesn't even make sense.
Somebody put something vulgar in the chat.
Oh no.
But I'm going to decline I'm gonna decline that. But yeah, so yeah, it's definitely a tough situation we went through, and but I just know a lot of people are going through a lot of crap all the
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? It's like it's not the end of the world because like the whole point is, if you look to the Lord, I guess,
Yeah.
that's if it's never the end of the world, whatever struggle, whatever, if you want to end it, if you can't, because I mean, to me, it's like that is the go-to. If there's not a God, why not? Because this world is so painful
Mm,
and so tough. You know what I mean? You can think you're like living the high life, whatever, and
yeah.
chasing whatever. It's like it's all meaningless. It's so
Yeah.
pointless.
I remember, I've said this before. One of my, one of the kids in school is like, Christians just use God as a crutch. Like, I said, yes, we do. Can you imagine going through being like hurt by this life and everything and
Mhm.
not having something to lean on and
Oh
to
yeah.
help you through it? Absolutely. Or is that a bad analogy?
No, no. I mean, like, and people use it as like a bad thing, but I mean, yeah, with Jesus, like we were like, well, obviously he can live a perfect life. He's God, and in human flesh. It's like people are cynical about that, but like it's like somebody reaching out their hand, to pull you up out of the water, and you're drowning, and you're like, no, I'm good. It's like we desperately need him, and I think the human condition is that we're good on our own. We're self sustaining or
Mhm.
whatever. We can just take care of ourselves. We don't need him, and I think that that's like a wrong way to be.
Yeah.
But do you have anything else, Jesse?
I don't think so. I think I got it all out, like what I wanted to get across.
Yeah, it was a very tough experience, and
We're
yeah,
glad you're still here.
thank you. I'm glad to be here with you. Like it's very tough, but like I just know everybody's going through something. I just see the world so different than a lot of people. I'm completely on an island.
See, I think
I see,
okay, that's fine.
but
A lot of people think that way too. Just like when you're struggling with depression or anxiety, you're like, I'm the only person who feels like this. I, but so many
yeah,
people
it's
feel
not
like
real.
that.
There's so many people that,
So it might be
and
a
it
little
might
different.
be worse for them. It might be different. It's all.
Yeah.
I think it's everybody
So
has a
that I
unique
think that's where
experience.
people get messed up because they feel so isolated. Like I'm the only one who feels like this.
Yeah,
No, you're not. And
yeah,
if you just open up and talk to people, or when we share our problems, that's how we connect and help people. I guess.
yeah,
Just I'm not alone.
yeah. All right. Well, all right. We'll leave it at that. Thank you all for jumping in, and hope this has been a blessing for you, or you learned something about me and our family. And I hope you all can just take that and use it, whatever, for your life.
Yep.
All right. We'll leave it at that. Have a good day.
See
See y'all.
ya.